Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King, and we are back again to bring you all the sports and current events news stories that you need to know. Folks, play-in tournament is getting ready to kick off. We got a lot of exciting things going on. Bro, welcome.
Hello. What's going on, bro? What's going
Not
on, Jay?
too much. This is exciting. We got the Celtics. We got the Knicks. Let me just go ahead and double check because we're doing this YouTube live. We got this YouTube live going on. Yes, the live stream is happening. Okay, so this is streaming live. This is SandCity Sports' first live stream. And so it's exciting. And we're going to get rocking and rolling like they're doing in New Orleans right now. We're talking about the play-in tournament. The Lakers and Pelicans are about to start off. I'm not holding any punches right now, bro. Okay? The Pelicans are going to lay hands on the Lakers tonight.
Oh, wow.
Double-digit victory for the Pelicans, okay? And here's the backdrop. I don't care what happened on Sunday, okay? That was a first round feeling you out for the Pelicans. That was a mulligan for the Pelicans. Do you know the Pelicans are completely healthy? BI is going to be back in the building. Zion's going to be back in the building. We know CJ McCollum, Valanciunas, the whole complement. The Lakers, everyone's a game time decision. What's the deal with that? LeBron James. Now, I saw LeBron out there in the pregame warmups. Got the do-rag on. LeBron's locked in. Anthony Davis played 76 games. Most games he's played in his whole career, or at least since his early rookie season. Okay? But Vanderbilt, we don't know. Rui, we don't know. Okay, what's up with all these game time decisions for the Lakers when meanwhile my Pelicans, thorough, are ready to go? Pelicans, double digits. I can't get the score right now. Laying hands on the Lakers. Where do you come in on this?
All right, so first off, BI minute restriction. He is just getting back. He's just getting back from injury. He just said he's trying to find his way in this flowing offense.
He's going to find his way to 20 points.
One. Two, AD LeBron, 2-0 in playing games.
Okay. You're talking to me now. All right. So what does it have to do with tonight, right now? What does it have to do?
Zion is going to hit jumpers tonight.
Zion
okay, my man has shot 17 threes all season.
We don't need three from Zion. We need Zion attacking the basket. We need Zion attacking the basket. No.
Okay. We're going to invite Zion to shoot some jump shots tonight.
No.
Because
No.
I think when Zion plays LeBron, kind of shades into the play-in tournament.
You saying LeBron's going to clink? You saying LeBron's going to lock him down? You saying LeBron's going to clink? He put him on lockdown.
LeBron's going to put him on lockdown, okay?
Oh, I have these. Okay.
All right, tonight is a night of no passing of the guard. Steph lights up the Kings, and LeBron takes care of business.
We are looking at this two completely different ways, but I respect the respect that you have for your elders, the elder statesmen in the NBA. I appreciate that. I'm coming at it a different way. Okay, but I like the whole, because no country for old men, that's my jam. So I'm always, you want to show respect for seniority, but that's a good take right there. You're saying LeBron is going to guard Zion and he's going to make him play from the outside. Zion has to go to the basket. We all know what his move is.
Braun.
He starts on the right side with the left hand, right to left, going to the hoop. That's his. That's his game.
If you watch how they play, they did it in the play-in. He just sags into the paint. Come on.
Okay.
Shoot a jump shot.
Play off Zion, daring him to shoot, which is not what the Pelicans need. And even though Zion is a good facilitator, if they do play off him, he still needs to attack the basket and spray out to the shooters. The shooters. Shout out to my man Hawkins of UConn fame. First name escapes my mind right now. But Hawkins, who's a spot-up shooter coming off the bench. We already know what CJ McCollum is bringing to the table. But I like that narrative. Lakers 2-0 in playing games. Okay, respect. And you're going with the senior statesmen. I was going to say senior citizens. I'm saying senior. I was going to, but I'm going to hold back on that take. But if they can, as you said, take away Zion scoring, and then I'm also AD known for his defense. Valanciunas, he's gonna need to deliver some offense. You're saying that AD is gonna also slow down Valanciunas. I'm saying for the Pelicans to be successful, the big boys up front, Zion and Valanciunas need to lead the way. They need to play inside out and not outside in. But you're saying the Lakers are going to slow that down. I'm seeing it, as I said, a completely different way, and we'll see how it goes. They're getting ready to tip off on TNT. I believe the first game is on.
I'm trying to get this. Point.
I got the game on. I got the game on right now. I haven't started, but the first game, NBA on TNT. Second game might be on ESPN, or it might be a back-to-back. I'm not sure how the league is.
Yeah, let's go back-to-back.
Back-to-back on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So the whole crew was in the studio: Ernie, Charles, Kenny, and Shaq Adamas. So very good. Getting ready to tip. Now let's. So what do you have before? Is this going to be a close game, or do you have the Lakers winning going away? We're not. We can't go to Golden State yet.
The Lakers are winning by 10+.
Stop.
Yeah,
Double-digit win
I don't even think it's close.
Do you realize you have like a 10-year gap between Zion and BI and LeBron? AD a little bit younger, but the Pelicans are a young upstart team. The Lakers stars are old. And by the way, who's
just like you just said, young upstart. Let's keyword that, upstart. This is a oiled machine. The Lakers know what time it is. This is a regular walk in the park for LeBron and AD. And you mean to tell me the one game win, not necessarily go home, but win, you're going to take anybody on the Pelicans over LeBron? Do you not remember what he used to do to the Celtics?
Keyword, used to. Shout out to Kings of Leon.
He's still dropping 28, 30. He dropped 30 tonight. Book it.
30. All right, fine. 30 for LeBron. I'm not sure who sung that song now that somebody that I used to know. It might not have been Kings of Leon. I apologize. But that was a good song. And what I do know is that the Pelicans, we got CJ McCollum as the veteran leadership. So BI and Zion are the young lions, but CJ McCollum is going to provide that steady hand in this game to direct those young lions to get up in, okay, LeBron, AD, these aging superstars behind and take the game. Now, quick stat that I wasn't familiar with: Pelicans are not great at home, and the Lakers are very good on the road. So we need to get our act together. The Pelicans, we can't have the Lakers coming in and jumping out to a big lead, which, again, I don't see it playing out that way. But you got it, Lakers by double digits. I got the Pelicans by double digits. Game is kicking off right now. Willie Green, coach of the Pelicans, right there, on your screen. And we will preview this as we kind of move forward with the episode. Second game, you've already kind of intimated. I don't know if you want to start us off, but I'm low-key offended by the fact that you're taking the Golden State Warriors against the Kings, who I am very confident on. I'll lead the way on this. I was going to say 20-piece. I'm not going to do that. But I have another double-digit victory for the Kings against the Pelicans.
Wow.
Never mind the fact that this is a revenge game because the Golden State Warriors took them out last year. But again, I'm just not understanding why people are not respecting De'Aaron and Sabonis more. Now, a reason I am concerned in this game that you may reference, the Kings are not healthy. And we have some key pieces. I'm speaking, of course, of Malik Monk, who is essential for this team. Great pickup. Pelicans, their organization, front office, Mike Brown coaching the team up. Malik Monk, his career resurgence since he's been with the Kings, going back to when him and De'Aaron were playing in the backcourt for John Calipari at Kentucky. All right, and lost in a very close Elite Eight game to Carolina. So that injury concerns me. Nonetheless, them having a home court advantage and a young man, Keegan Murray, I think he's going to step up. Kings, get revenge. Send the Warriors home. Am I coming off my? No, I'm going to say double digits as well because I'm not buying this Warriors team. I'm sticking with my previous takes. I don't trust Draymond. Clay is. I was going to say over the hill. I did say over the hill, but Clay is long in the tooth. So I just favor the Kings' younger players against Draymond and Clay specifically, because Draymond is, you don't know what you're going to get from him, and Clay because he's getting a little bit up there. And I'm not sold on Kuminga. Pazouts, however you pronounce his name, okay. Their young player that I do like is Jackson Davis. I am sold on him, but at the same time, he's matching up against Sabonis and advantage Sabonis there. And the Chef and De'Aaron Fox, closer. I give that Matt. I feel more confident that Steph can score with De'Aaron. Neither one of them is a great defender, but that's more of a wash. Whereas, again, in the Lakers-Pelicans game, I do think LeBron is going to wear down. He's going to get tired in this game. Yes, LeBron will wear down in this game, is my prediction. And it's going to be up to these other guys. And AD, even though he's played 7-6 game, I just don't trust him. I don't trust them when it reaches that playoff peak intensity for them to keep pace with younger, hungrier players. And so, Kings game, Steph, I think Steph is a little bit more frankly in shape and ready for the moment and able to go 48 full minutes. But I'm trusting the Kings. And my X factor, when it's all beyond them losing Malik Monk, you can go ahead and jump in, bro, right now. Respect on Mike Brown's name. Respect on Mike Brown's name. I'm coming up close to the freaking screen. He's a great coach. Okay? Pound for pound, he's probably better than Steve Kerr. I said it. Okay? Even though Steve Kerr secured a bag. So I think Mike Brown is going to really factor in as this game goes on. He's going to him scheming up some things for the Kings to get the victory. Where do you see this Warriors-Kings game? How do you see it breaking down?
I just don't see – I don't see the Kings having enough firepower.
Okay, respect.
They don't have a shooting guard.
No. Hold on. We don't have a shooting guard. Keegan Murray is one of the top 3-point shooters in the league, and it's my understanding. Now we gotta.
Yeah, he's playing out of position, jacking up 10 threes a game. That's not Keegan Murray. He is efficient, man. Not volume, man.
Okay, we got to go through, but it's my understanding that Huter's going to be in the game tonight. Malik Monk's
no.
out, or
Huter's out. No Huter and Malik. So the double-digit thing, I don't know, man. Clay's been cooking. And like we said, they've been there, and they're not ready to go home because, honestly, this could be the last ride for the Warriors. If they don't win tonight, Clay might be not there next year. So I see the Warriors coming out motivated, and I see the Warriors coming out ready to take care of business.
Bro, you bring up a very good point. And first of all, I need to have my ducks in a row. I don't have my ducks in a row knowing who the heck is playing. So it's good that we have a stat man. You kind of correcting that. You also alluded to something that I was not factoring in for this matchup. This is win or go home.
It's win or go home.
And I was thinking ahead, having the Lakers lose and Golden State, but I wasn't even recognizing that the Kings or the Warriors season is over tonight. Tonight.
So somebody is going home tonight. Someone's going fishing, and maybe Cabo, Cancun
tonight. So we're not even going to possibly get a Lakers Warriors game to determine who goes home. The Warriors, in my estimation, now I got to double think this. I got to say, I'm still sticking with my pick, but for all the aforementioned reasons. But this is kind of wild that, as I'm breaking it down, the Golden State Warriors are going to be going home, in my estimation, and that's crazy to me that Steph Curry is going to miss the playoffs in one of his peak years. That's wild. But to your point, you think, but then to the inverse, you're saying that De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are going to miss the playoffs this year? That De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, two young lions on the prowl in the NBA Pride Lands, are going to miss the doggone playoffs? What? Keegan Murray's second year is going to miss the playoffs?
Listen to what you're saying. They're going to take out Chef and Clay. I think they got rings. Come on now.
Yes.
It's not like they dialed back. They didn't dial back.
They have rings. Okay.
They have rings. They know how to step up to the moment. They have not taken steps back. So I don't see where, I think it's more of a mental thing. The Kings can't beat the Warriors.
All right, mental edge, I will give that to you. Advantage Warriors, but it's closer to me. This is not a team this is not a rudderless organization. All right. I come back to what gives me confidence. Never mind. Now, these injuries, I'm starting to think twice. These injuries
it's okay to dial back.
Are affecting me.
It's okay to dial back.
Those are two huge, Huter and Malik Monk were big parts of what the Kings do, and not having them in an elimination game against a Warriors team that certainly, is going to fight. That's huge. I just cannot see De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis not making the playoffs. So I'm not coming off that take. It's just preposterous. It's more ridiculous for the Kings to miss the playoffs than an old Warriors team. That's and obviously ratings wise, the NBA would benefit from Golden State being in the.
You just got to think of the landscape of the West this year. You think of the Warriors had 3 more wins this year than they did last year, and they were a 3 seed. So it's just the landscape of the West. I would say probably how bad the bad teams were juiced up some of these records. But, I still think that it's not like we're a bad Warriors team. That's where, you put their record in last year, they're in the playoffs.
All right, point taken there. And it's not a bad Warriors team. It's a different Warriors team. But I'm a huge Kings fan for a number of different reasons. Mentioned, the last name, connection.
Of course, I'm a King as well. So but
notwithstanding, but it's difficult. You brought in a whole other dimension. I'm sticking with the Kings, but this is wild that one of these two teams is going to be out of the playoffs in a stacked Western Conference. I'm very interested, in terms of this second matchup. Okay, we got to give some love as well to the Eastern Conference and our two play-in matchups. Bulls, they're Heat and 76ers for the right to get mollywopped by my New York Knicks in the first round. I am taking, let me think on this, because I just think the Heat are the better team.
I'm with you on the Heat.
Yeah, than the Sixers. I think it's unfortunate to a certain extent because they're going to have to be sent packing by my New York Knicks in the first round. But the Heat Philly is getting more publicity, frankly, and people are talking about, the Knicks are going to have to play the Sixers and Embiid in the first. Joel Embiid's played 3 games. Okay, he just got back into the mix last week. I'm not concerned about Joel Embiid in the first round getting up to speed when my New York Knicks have been. But again, I'm looking too far ahead. I'm taking the Heat. Based on what happened last year and this organization, it's a completely different season. They went to the finals as an 8 seed last year. Took out my New York Knicks, which I'm not going to get too deep into that. But here's why I'm really taking the Heat. This team is decidedly better than they were last year. They went to the conference. They went to the NBA Finals without Tyler Hero. And never mind, I like the Celtics gear, but they and the Celtics team is going to win. My favorite for the championship in terms of, so it's not the same Celtics team, but they went up 3-0 on the Celtics. Won a Game 7 after losing 3 straight games. Gave Denver a little bit of run for their money without Tyler Hero, and they've added Terry Rozier to this group. And you got my man Jaime, one of the strong, like this Heat team, and Duncan Robinson in the mix. Caleb Martin in the mix. So I just think they're obviously Jimmy Butler, respect on his name hasn't kind of been mentioned. This team is notably better than they were last year. Jump in, bro. And they decided to run. So Sixers, a lot of respect for Maxey. Tobias Harris, is one of my guys. I respect Nick Nurse as a coach. You just haven't played enough together. So you're not going to just throw everything, throw magic into a hat and beat a thorough Miami Heat team. Get out of here. Heat are taking this, and that makes it for a very difficult first round matchup for my New York Knicks. But it doesn't make a difference. We're still going to the conference finals. What do you have, bro?
I got Heat. I got Heat. And the reason why I got the Heat is because they chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy.
Okay, respect to that. Also, Jimmy Butler, I don't know if it's so much as chose, but yeah, they could have shown Jimmy more love. He was feeling his oats in that year with the Sixers. He was getting in trouble. He was getting
He called out Ben Simmons in practice.
Yeah. He was wilding. Now at the same in retrospect, you're 100% right in terms of team building. And Tobias, for as reliable and consistent as he is, if you put Jimmy and Embiid together with effective leadership, which I don't think that they had under Doc Rivers. We're going to get to Milwaukee in a bit. But if you put Jimmy and Embiid together with a Spoelstra, for instance, if you just take away Doc and add Spoelstra, then you have a championship contending team. But they didn't have the infrastructure at that time, and Jimmy was. So there were some things that it's not, that didn't allow for that to happen. And I can see why. And I'm a huge, I love Tobias Harris. I just think, and had Embiid been healthy, Nick Nurse is a better coach than Doc Rivers. And respect, I think Doc Rivers is a serviceable coach in the NBA. He's an NBA lifer, but he's a serviceable coach in terms of like stabilizing. He's not a coach like Nick Nurse, what he did in terms of winning that championship and balancing that team when Kawhi Leonard, you know what I mean? I just think Nick Nurse strategically, and I don't think I'm speaking out of school. I don't look at Doc Rivers as a great strategist. Doc Rivers, Ty Lue was a longtime assistant for Doc Rivers, but I think Ty Lue, pound for pound today, is a better coach than Doc Rivers.
I 100% agree.
Ty Lue has done things in terms of getting the Clippers in years past to the conference finals, when they didn't have their two best players consistently, that Doc Rivers has never done. Doc Rivers is still eating off of the Celtics championship 16 years ago.
Yep.
He's still eating off of that championship. And the Game 7 loss 2 years when they missed KG. KG was injured the next year, then they made it all the way back to the finals and were winning and going into the fourth quarter. And then Ron, whatever, they lost that game. It was a great game, all-time great game. But Doc Rivers has not done much since then. Okay. And so you make a good point about the Sixers choosing Tobias over Jimmy, but I think that was more institutional strength. We're both picking the Miami Heat in that game. Okay. So now we go down to the Bulls and the Atlanta Hawks. Bro, do you want to weigh in first on that game?
I'm going Bulls.
Yeah,
the Hawks are too injured. Trae Young's just coming back. I'm going Bulls. They got DeRozan, they got Kobe.
Yep.
They got Vucevic.
Vucevic.
And they got Caruso. They play defense, and they play defense. So the Hawks are gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, the Hawks are looking forward to next year, in my view. I think they made the right coach. Excuse me, I'm a Quinn Snyder fan. Quinn Snyder is one of my coaches. He did a great job in Utah. Danny Ainge came in, and they've taken Will Hardy, who was the Celtics assistant, is doing well. But Quinn Snyder is a very serviceable coach who's done things. This team, Celtics were up 30, and they came back to get the victory. Fact of the matter is, why I don't believe in the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young's not going to be there next year. He's out. I think his time in Atlanta is done.
Yeah,
and he ran a good coach, Nate McMillan, out. He ran him out of town, and Quinn Snyder has kind of made the best, but they're in rebuilding mode. I wouldn't have a problem with them getting rid of Trae and DeJounte and getting picks or getting another star or getting somebody that fits. Maybe DeJounte wants to play for Quinn Snyder, and his attitude has improved. He's somebody that, he went to ATL. He got some of those chicken wings. You know what I mean? I don't know what, he got a chance to get in some Atlanta flavor, and he was a worker when he was playing for Pop. He was a team and culture guy. He was a bedrock guy, like my man Jalen Brunson, and what's been built up in New York, right? One of these guys that you can, right? Now, people forget that Jalen Brunson was slept on with the Mavericks, okay? And we don't know, he's undersized, but he came up under a true general, okay? Excuse me, let me move my mic. A true general and Tom Thibodeau, with that work ethic and mentality, and you brought in the other Villanova guys, and that's why my New York Knicks are where they are, as well as being skilled. DeJounte Murray, I'm surprised at him. I'm surprised at him because you're a Popovich guy. You should be a character guy, okay? And I don't see any of that. So back to the point. A couple more things on this because we got one of the commissioner of my fantasy league, Mark Griffin, is a big Chicago Bulls fan, and so we go back and forth. Okay, I was a Bulls fan when they had a great coach in Tom Thibodeau. All right, I had to leave when they got rid of a coach they should have never gotten rid of. But Billy Donovan knows his business. I'm a big fan of Billy Donovan, and I'm a big fan of Arturas Karnisovas, their president of basketball operations. And you know, I just I'm picking this team to, advance and then get knocked out by the 76ers. But, bro, let's make this clear. The Bulls can beat the 76ers too. Yes, the Bulls can beat the 76ers too for the reasons that I just gave you. I'm picking the Sixers to win that game. I like Nurse. I like Maxey, Harris, this new thing that they're going on. But Billy Donovan is no slouch. As a coach, I don't care that it hasn't materialized since he's been in Chicago because he's never had his team in Chicago. They're supposed to have Lonzo Ball at point guard. That's the team he came to Chicago to lead. Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, who's another guy that's gone off the reservation that disappoints me, and DeMar DeRozan. That was supposed to be the three young lions to master his system. He's never had that, even though he's made Kobe White is made great strides, and they got Deminsu. I can't pronounce his name, so so on and forth. Those two guys have come in and run his system, and they've done well, but they're not the number 2 overall picks. Billy Donovan has never had the complement and roster that he should have. In the offseason, Karnisovas can make some moves, and this thing can keep rolling. I'm taking the Bulls, and so to conclude the play-in, Bulls, Sixers. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Sixers. Just because Maxey is playing out of his mind.
I'm going to take the Sixers as well. I like to see the Bulls, that's a heart pick, but head pick, Sixers. I just don't see Joel Embiid. He's got a lot of pride. He's not missing the freaking playoffs. He's not going to do it. He didn't come back and going into the Olympics to miss the freaking playoffs. So Sixers are going to win. You have the Lakers making the playoffs. That would be Pelicans and Warriors. Are you taking the Warriors to make the playoffs as well? So that you're saying that, are you going to say, so the Lakers are going to win tonight? This is your take. And then the Warriors would play the Pelicans. Are you going to say the Warriors are going to beat the Pelicans and then we're going to have the Stars and make the playoffs? Is that what you have?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sticking to my guns. Both those teams are out of there. I said it. Gone. Lakers going to lose tonight to a young upstart team. And the Kings, it hurts my heart, but I'm sorry. You know what you need more of in life, bro? You need more cowbell. You know what you need less of? Draymond. More cowbell, less Draymond. Okay, and so Draymond is out of there tonight. And then the Kings are going to take out the Lakers as well. We already know that Anthony Davis doesn't do well against DeMontis, but that's not really the point that I'm making. I'm saying it's time for the young Lions and the old heads get ready for the Olympics, and then just get your act together. You are what your record says you are, and these teams, they're just not built correctly. They're not. And Kings are injured. Pelicans are kind of coming into their own. They are built correctly, and they're ready to take that step forward. The Lakers and Golden State in the offseason, they need to. It's a crossroads for them. It's a crossroads. Golden State, Clay, you're gonna have to come off the bench. Draymond, you're gonna have to find a new team. Okay, and they got to refigure. No problem, bro. No problem at all. We're gonna keep moving and grooving.
Keep moving. I gotta just get the charger for the computer.
Do what you do. Charge up. We done got 30 minutes. This is a big episode because we are live. This is the first time SandCity Sports has ever been live. So really appreciative and just thankful that, bro, you coming on. It is what it is. It's a passion project. We build it up. We like to do this. We grow it. We got other people that are going to be jumping in, so on and forth. And we're just moving and grooving. And so we've done the play-in. We'll go now to a team in the playoffs. We'll do the playoff picture. But we got to start. We're talking about the playoffs with one team that looks like they are in trouble. That's the Milwaukee Bucks. I think this team is going out in the first round. Period. And this is interesting to me. So I have them losing to the Pacers. First of all, because I just think that for the aforementioned reason, bro, cut me off at any time. Young Lions, okay, on the freaking prowl. That's what this postseason is going to be about. And we're going to get to Oklahoma City because people are sleeping on them. But it's my same point with Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton is ready, okay? They brought in Spicy P. They got your man Matherin. Is Matherin back?
No, he's out for the year.
God, dog. See, bro, how do I not even see? I'm not even.
Yeah, he's out for the year. He's been out. You got Torres labor.
He done been out, and I'm making myself look foolish on YouTube Live in terms of not knowing specific. But that's not why I'm high. Matherin was one of the pieces, and they have further pieces. Rick Carlisle is a great coach. I said great. Now maybe I'm over. He's a very good coach. He's one of the better coaches in the NBA. He knows his business. All right, and it's perfect for him to be in Indiana. He led Dallas to a championship. He could have stayed in Dallas. They made a good move bringing in Jason Kidd because Luka needed a new voice, but he would have been good, But he has Indiana in his background, and from the area, and coached with Larry Bird in 2000 when they went to the NBA Finals. To be back, Rick Carlisle knows his business. So in the coaching advantage, it's not even close because that's another reason I'm concerned about freaking Milwaukee. Doc Rivers is another career NBA guy. He's not as good a coach as Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle is a better coach than Doc Rivers. He is, and he has the younger. Wait. Yes, the younger with Tyrese Halliburton. The Matherin loss it hurts. Spicy P is a little bit up there, but they're just. And they're just, I'm kind of studying here. Milwaukee, look, this is the comparison for Milwaukee that I have to make right now, bro. And you know what I mean? When the Celtics beat the Pistons in 2008, what did Joe Dumars do? He freaking rage quit. No, he didn't really rage quit. He pulled apart that team because he was so upset they lost in 6 games to the Celtics. Remember, right? The Celtics won 7 games against Cleveland. They came into that game 1 against a Pistons team. And beat them in that game 1 in Boston. That was supposed to be a bet. You know what I mean? That was the Pistons were supposed to, stop the Celtics from winning in year 1, and they beat them in 6 games. And Joe Dumars was so furious. What did he do? He broke apart that Detroit Pistons team that had gone to like 4 or 5 straight Eastern Conference Finals and Finals. Bro, have the Detroit Pistons been heard from since? Have they been heard from since Joe Dumars went crazy and tore apart that team? They're still a freaking dumpster fire, even with Cade Cunningham and all this talent. And Monty Williams, who's a good coach. The organization is still in the freaking doldrums. However many number 1 picks that they've had, and they're awful. It's been 16 years. They're awful. Bro, what does this have to do with anything? What does that? That's exactly what Milwaukee did last year. Okay, you got rid of Coach Bud, who's a great coach. I'm throwing great out a lot here. I'm using that word. You know what I mean? We're not going to get political, but am I trying to make the NBA great here? I'm saying great a lot. Okay, but Coach Bud is a top flight coach. And yes, they lost double-digit leads in the second half. And there were certain things going on in Coach Bud's life. He had personal things that went on. Okay, but I don't know, Griffin, you brought him in. He had a good record. You booted him. Doc Rivers is 17-19. Not only did you get rid of Coach Bud, you got rid of Drew Holiday, who is one of the reasons. Drew Holiday might be the primary reason that I'm taking the Celtics to win the championship. I said it. Is he the Celtics' best player? No. Is he the Celtics' most important player? Yes. He's the Celtics' most important player. He gives the Celtics a dimension that other teams do not have. That's why I'm so confident in the Celtics. You know what Drew Holiday is going to do? I'm not even, but he's locking up your best player. He's locking. He's not stopping them. He's locking them up.
I mean, I think Jimmy Butler got something to say about that last year.
Okay, yeah. Fine. Yeah, sure. But it wasn't a full compliment, right? That team was injured, and I said they were in flux. And he didn't have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Derek White and Porzingis with him. Okay?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree now. Now it's a different story.
It's a different story. So Drew can just do what Drew does best, which is make other players better and just, Drew Holiday is Draymond Green. That's not crazy. That's who Drew Holiday is. He's a player efficiency, just magician, master of player efficiency, who's also level-headed and encouraging. And by the way, that's who Milwaukee gave up. And who did you give him up for? Now, yes, Dame Lillard, but does Dame want to be in Milwaukee, bro? I'm going to let you talk now, because I've been talking. I've been talking for a minute here. I'm sorry, but I let you go. But I just think Milwaukee is nothing that they have done to change and improve has worked. Everything that they've done to improve has backfired. And that's why you're getting these reports that, and that's why I'm going to let you in, but I've been talking about something, I'm going to let you in. Giannis, I think Giannis, if he really wanted to, could play in these first couple games.
No. No.
Yes.
Giannis can't play. Nope. Giannis is risking that Achilles. Nope. KD missed 9 games, they said, when this happened.
Okay, point taken. All right, so Achilles, you're right. You can't risk it, so on and forth. All I'm saying is, if this was a team that was together and pulling in the right direction, now you're 100% right about an Achilles. You don't mess around with an Achilles. You'll never mess around with an Achilles. But I'm just saying, I feel like Giannis is in a position right now where he's like, you know something? I'm not rushing anything. It's on you. It's on you, Milwaukee, to get this right. I think they're in Milwaukee Bucks. Everybody's in their own little silo. Dame Lillard is in his own little world. Now, they're all max players, so you know what I'm saying? Dame Lillard's in his world, and you can just see it by how they're messaging. Dame Lillard putting out these subliminals. How does Stephen A. Smith get that Dame Lillard's unhappy? That has to come from Dame, like his inner circle. Okay? Doc Rivers, every other press conference, he's out there giving a soliloquy. Well, I you know what I mean? Doc Rivers coaches through the media. He gets his points across through the media. Is that the best way of doing things? I don't think so, but that's how Doc that's how Doc does things. And then Giannis is in his own little world too. All of their major people are in different. And so, what I'm getting at here, Pacers in 5. Pacers in 5. They're smacking this team. Now they're going to smack this team. It's going to be the equivalent of when the Celtics beat the brakes off of Brooklyn. When Brooklyn was, had splintered and Kyrie was, you know what I mean? And it was just Kevin Durant by himself and people blamed him. He's like, I'm the only one that showed up to work. James Harden forced his way out to Philly, and we got Ben Simmons, who never shows up. Kyrie Irving, half the time, or never shows up. It was KD against the Celtics championship team. What do you expect? They got smacked. That's what's going to happen to this Milwaukee Bucks team, and then they're going to end up blowing up. Bro, let me know if you have any other thing. I just think it's an absolute disaster.
Yeah, I think the Pacers are taking that serious.
Yeah.
And Dame is just mad that he's not in Miami.
Yeah, period. And
he's got things going on in his outside life, and he's just not happy he's not in Miami. He could have played for Spoelstra, and like I said, once the superstar gets in that mind frame, there really is no coming back.
100%, bro. And I don't. I mean, you gotta. It's one of these things because we're all working class people and whatever, and you say but that's this whole player empowerment thing. Once and you know what surprises me? I just feel that has impacted Giannis. Giannis was the opposite of that, where he's a guy who's from Africa, grew up in Greece. Bro, who wants to be in Milwaukee when you can be in South Beach, when you can be in Los Angeles, when you can be, or at least if you're going to be cold, you can be in New York, you can be in Chicago, you can be in a major market if you're freezing your behind off. Giannis has a little bit of that Karl Anthony Towns in him, that like, I'm loyal to the soil. And that's where it's crazy that him and Dame don't, because Dame was the same way, even though he's from, the West Coast, he's from Oakland. So Portland, I mean, he's still in his, he's still like in the same area where he kind of grew up. But it's turned, which is surprising me. And now they're all, angry superstars. By the way, bro, Pelicans up 8, started the second quarter. Okay,
I see that.
You see, okay. So
Started the second quarter.
Yep. So it's early, but
It's
I'm
early.
picking early. But Pelicans, watch. What Mike Tyson say, bro? And bro, by the way, can I say something, bro? Bro, I see a little definition up. I'm seeing definition like you in the gym in the morning. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, we get back in the gym.
We get this back in the gym. I didn't slipped up on my push-up game. I didn't slipped up. I was doing my push-up game steady. I need to get back and get my morning push-ups on. But bro, I'm saying some definition which is good. And you know what I mean? Everybody has a plan until what? Till they get socked in the mouth. I shout out to Mike Tyson, who, by the way, is going to lay his hands on Jake Paul. We maybe get that to the end of this show. Mike Tyson is going to lay his hands on Jake Paul. I don't care if he's 70 years old, but I don't think the Lakers are going to be able to take it to that next level in the second half. I think the Pelicans are going to ease and just move away from them when the rubber meets the road. But right now we got a 7-point game, second quarter, and we'll keep our eyes on that. Milwaukee, you're getting gentlemen swept. By a young upstart team in the Pacers. Okay, we doing this live, and we're gonna keep moving and grooving, bro. Do you have any other takes in the playoffs that you want to speak on? I have a couple other.
Man,
who's on my chest.
Minnesota and the Sun series. Who is checking Ant Edwards? That's what I want to know. Who's checking Ant Edwards?
Oh, Lakers made a run. Oh, Jackson Hayes.
Are you watching this?
It's a 3-point game. I forgot about Jackson Hayes.
So you got to get the gym for that for them Kid Cut Summers, bro. We got a lot of lobster to eat this summer.
There is some lobster to be consumed. Shout out to the
Raw Bar. We
got
a lot of lobster to eat this summer.
Shout out to the
Raw Bar.
To the
Raw Bar. Yes.
Amongst other great establishments. Shout out to Spanky's. Over there on Ocean Street, a lot of great establishments.
Spanky's go crazy too.
Indeed, and so we got to get out there. But Lakers
time out.
Okay, time out. Lakers. As soon as I shouldn't have said anything, bro. As soon as I said something, they went on a freaking 7-0.
See,
run.
Right as you said something, 9-0 run.
Yeah,
I told you it was early. That's what happens.
Oh,
that's
man,
what happens.
Pelicans, you were making. Oh my.
That's what happens. Now the wheels fall off, and they're the Fred Flintstones. They're driving the car with their feet now.
Lakers supporting cast is low key, kind of.
I mean, they got Vincent. You be forgetting Vincent's coming off the bench. Spencer's not bad.
Yeah, I like both those guys. I also am a big fan of Vanderbilt. And
Vanderbilt's hurt though.
Yeah, okay. So Vanderbilt not being there. Jackson Hayes is an athlete. Jackson Hayes reminds me of Tyson Chandler. And I hope he can find that role for himself. Jackson Hayes is a top 10 pick, supreme athlete. I hope he can find that role as a defender, rebounder, double-digit rebounder, double-digit, or not double-digit. Nobody gets double-digit blocks except Wemby. But a high volume rebounder and rim protector, that'd be a great role. There's no reason why he can't be the consistent starter for that team. And Rui is great. Rui is a great player for them as well. So Lakers, I got confident, and then I got ahead of myself. So they're right back there in this game. That's a great matchup. So who do you have at the end of the day? T-Wolves and Suns.
Who do I have? Minnesota or the Suns?
What's your bottom line?
It's going to be the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
It's going to be Ant. You know why? They haven't won a playoff series in 20 years.
It's long overdue. That's a great point. 2 decades. And this team, bro, they were the number 1 seed in the West for a long time in the season for a reason. They're a solid team. And the thing that gives me confidence in the T-Wolves, and frankly, bro, I'm disappointed in the Suns. Not just
Mike Conley running the ship gives me confidence because Bradley Beal is ready to play this I'm taking a step back role. I'll score when they need me to. I'm the off-ball facilitator. Like, what is Bradley Beal's role with the Suns?
Bradley Beal's role is to be in street clothes and look fashionable, and go on IG, and hang out in Old Town. That's his role. He never shows up to work. I made some decisions in my fantasy that were hurtful. Keeping Bradley Beal was one of them. He was supposed to be.
So you're speaking on this hurtfully. You got Bradley Beal on your fantasy team.
Yeah. He was supposed to. I expected the man to show up to work. I was hopeful when he came. I kept him when he came to Phoenix because I said even though his numbers, but they're going to be winning and he's going to be out there and that three-headed dragon, whatever you want to say, is going to be formidable. They've never played together. And something, who I feel the worst for in this? It's not even Kevin Durant. It's Devin Booker. This is a guy that was up 2-0 in the finals, and it's just he's never had a team that's. You went through the next year where they lost that game 7 to the Mavs at home, and Luka went wild, and then Mott Ishbia coming in, making moves, spending money, the pieces being in place. They brought in a supporting cast. Shout out to Grayson Allen, even though he gets himself in too many situations and not being a good fraternity member. Too many hard fouls from Grayson Allen. I don't care. You're not a good fraternity member, and you need to. It's a fraternity. I opened my mouth and the Lakers have just taken off. Pelicans, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say anything more about this game until
they went on a 12-0 run, bro.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm not gonna say anything more about the Pelicans and the Kings tonight because it's only turned these teams in the wrong direction. Neither one of them. I'm not saying anything more. We were discussing the Suns, T-Wolves. Another good team is going to go home. Devin, to your point, Minnesota, healthy. They're a dark horse in the West, so I'm picking them. Any other teams in the West that you want to talk about? There's one team that I want to talk about. I need some respect for the Thunder. I need some respect for. I need some respect for the Thunder.
The Thunder.
People talking about the Lakers are going to want to see the Thunder in the first round. The Lakers are balling right now, and they're putting hurting on my Pelicans, but. I am very high on this Thunder team, exceedingly high on this Thunder team. And bro, is that not wild that I have to reiterate how I feel about a team that's number 1 seed in the Western Conference? Is that's they're the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and people are talking about them like the Lakers need to lose tonight so that they can face them in the first round and beat. People are talking like knocking out the number 1 seed in the conference is just. Like nothing because the Thunder are young and people aren't used to seeing them on this level, bro. Sam Presti. By the way, there's a book out called like NBA Pipeline about this curious fact that a lot of the great players in the NBA have Division III connections. Greg Popovich, D3 guy, Tibbs, D3 guy, Sam Presti, D3 guy. Shout out to the Division III players. We have a lot of Division III schools in New England. Duncan Robinson, Williams,
wow,
one of the small Ivies. But, bro, this Thunder team is younger than the North Carolina Tar Heels. They're younger than that NAL-built team that lost to a very good Alabama team. This Oklahoma City franchise, you know how many picks they have stockpiled?
And they have a lot.
This Oklahoma City franchise that has another year or two before they have to pay big money for SGA, right? SGA is coming up. They got time before they have to pay Chet. They got time before they have to pay Giddey. And they're already winning as constituted. Shout out to Lou Dort. Pride of what school? Yes. ASU.
With the ASU.
Correct. Played for, right? Let's put some respect on Bobby Hurley's name. Bobby Hurley Jr., right? Danny Hurley's doing what he's doing. Let's put some respect on Bobby Hurley Jr. ASU better do right by him. ASU better do right by him and the St. Anthony's connection. I thought it was a great thing that Danny Hurley won the Natty, his second back-to-back in Glendale, right there in the home state where his brother is a very good coach. Oklahoma City, Western Conference Finals. Okay? Now, that's kind of crazy because I'm saying that meaning that means they're going to have to beat a Minnesota team. Maybe, no. I favor Minnesota over them to get to the Western Conference Finals, but it's going to be 7-game series. People need. I need for SGA to get his respect. I need SGA to get his MVP consideration. Okay, Luka. I think maybe like you spread the wealth and give it to Luka this year. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but we need to spread the wealth also to SGA. Joker's out of it. I have it between Luka and SGA. Fine, you want to give it to Luka because like Luka had a great year, and somehow they convinced Kyrie to show up to work and be a team player. I don't think it's going to continue in the playoffs. I don't trust Kyrie. Period. And I think the Clippers, a healthy Clippers team. Now we don't know if they're going to be.
But you trust James Harden. You don't trust Kyrie, but you trust James Harden.
No, I trust Ty Lue. And no, and even if and when. And by the way, you're getting the best version of James Harden that you're going to get in year one. This is peak James Harden. It's all downhill from here, right? All down here from here. Shout out to American Beauty, great movie, late '90s. Okay.
Hey, watch the screen, Dre. Watch the screen. Watch the screen real quick. What did you just see?
I'm seeing the Lakers winning by 2.
Oh, you missed the Zion shooting jump shots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hard off, you're trying to bank it from in front of the basket.
No. Zion, to the basket, please. To the basket, Zion. All right, Zion shooting jump shots is Russell Westbrook's been playing better, but that's like they're playing off of you for a reason. You're right. They're disrespecting you for a reason. You know what planes do when they get on the runway? Okay, they accelerate. They're giving you runway, Zion. Accelerate to the damn basket. All right. This craziness, since when is everybody I just you see it in the youth basketball, AAU, yada yada yada. Attack off the 3-point line. Okay. Sometimes you can hand down, man down. If you got space off the 3-point line, crack the defense. This is how Dallas plays, right? Crack the defense and start the blender. All right. You don't take that first 3 ball and let the defense off like a lot of teams do and just run up and down the court like a bunch of chickens with your head cutting off, shooting that 7 seconds or less nonsense. No. Crack the defense, make them adjust, or you know what I mean? Threes and layups, right, bro? Analytics. Yep. Shout out to Daryl Morey. Shout out to the Sloan Analytics Conference held right here in the Commonwealth in Boston. Also, shout out to those folks that ran the Boston Marathon. We're gonna do a couple quick. We've been talking, but bro, this is the first YouTube live, so we're rolling right now. We're freaking rolling, bro. We got 53 minutes and we haven't even broken a sweat here. We're freaking rolling with this YouTube live. It's gonna be available immediately, bro. Thank you for coming on in sunny Arizona. All right, you're bringing the sunshine. You can see it's dark here in the Commonwealth. It's been sunny. we don't have the sunshine that you guys out here, but we're rolling right now. So we're gonna talk about the Boston Marathon. We're gonna talk about the Masters. We're gonna talk about some things happening in pop culture. But doggone it, attack the basket. If they give you runway, attack the basket. Especially if you're Zion Williamson, you're too big and you can be big and strong, shoot threes. But doggone it, Zion Williams doesn't. You don't. You know what I mean? You got this strong upper body. Punish some people. All right. And don't worry about, having to shoot threes and, analytics and the rest of that doggone nonsense. I'm not even going to say their name. They're down 3 points. A team that will remain nameless is down 3 points right now and was winning before I mentioned their name and jinxed them. Okay, they're going to remain nameless. All right, bro. It's that time now. You see who's on my doggone chest. I need respect for Oklahoma City in the West. Clippers, I'm giving them the go-ahead against Dallas, but that should be a great series. Kyrie, I'm sleeping on you, and I hope you watch this podcast, and I hope you internalize this. I don't trust you, Kyrie, period. I don't trust you, period. Prove me wrong. Luka legend. Luka is that dude. You want to talk about shredding? Luka's going to average 40 in the playoffs. Luka is a monster. Monster. And you can, and it just comes down to Luka doing it his way. He plays bigger. He's a burly dude, but he uses his body. Luka, you know what I mean? And by the way, you see how LeBron James uses his strength now and how he like backs guys down and he has that like Michael Jordan mid-post game, right? Yep. People have been screaming for LeBron to do that since he came into the NBA. LeBron has been a freak of nature athletically his entire career. LeBron James is a Jim Brown or a Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah. Bo Jackson. He could be.
Yeah,
he could play professional sports.
Yeah,
in
he's
multiple.
a physical phenom.
Yeah, you can play. You can play professional football.
He's just now using his body in terms of his scoring package later in his career. You scored 40,000 points, but we were calling for this from LeBron early in his career. Back to Luka. You see Luka using his body, and Luka is just, he's not in anywhere near. He plays heavy. He's not muscle on muscle. He's a little bit heavier. But how he uses his body to score easily, Luka has a little bit of Kevin McHale in him.
They said Bird. They said the way that he effortlessly scores looks like Bird.
Yeah, it does. And that's the 1-to-1 comparison. And Bird is but Luka gives me. He scores in the low post, on the block, in the mid post, high post. Obviously, he could shoot the three, and he never seems to break a sweat. And he's not a freaking. He has quickness, but he doesn't have straight line speed. He's not a fast guy. He doesn't move. He doesn't have any of that quick twitch. He is supremely efficient, A, and he has that dog in him, B, and Kyrie, and I'm from New Jersey. Excuse me. Shout out to West Orange, New Jersey. Shout out to St. Patrick's in New Jersey. Shout out to St. Anthony's in New Jersey, right? So I want to give Kyrie the love based on a New Jersey connection. I can't do it. Because of what I've seen in the past from you, Kyrie. Prove me wrong. And show up and show out against the Clippers. But I'm picking the Clippers in that series. All right, bro. My New York Knicks are the number 2 seed in the East. You know that we done got the 2 seed, not the 3 seed. I said we have to avoid Boston. We done got the 2 seed, 3 seed. We got the 2 seed in the East. It's our time to shine right now. Eastern Conference Finals. Here we come. If we got to go to 7 games in the first round against the Miami Heat, so be it. The Bucks are getting knocked out, so we're gonna play the Pacers in the second round. If we got to go to 7 games with the Pacers, so be it. Knicks are making the Eastern Conference Finals without Julius Randle. Okay, under the leadership of Tom Thibodeau, and I'm going to tell you why. Donovan Mitchell want to come home. He wants to come home to New York. He's going to have to take a pay cut. Because this team is built the right way. You know who's perfect for this Knicks team to come in and play behind Julius Randle? Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich is going to ball in the playoffs. You know what Bogdanovich gives you, bro?
What?
Instant offense. Can still do it like he was doing it in Utah under Quinn Snyder.
And you're talking about old.
Yeah, he's long in the tooth. But that's not the point. We just need him to come in and take some pressure off of Jalen. Take some pressure off of OG. We got La Cosa Nostra, bro. Did I say La Cosa Nostra? I'm sorry. I'm not Italian. I apologize. I'm not Italian. I apologize. La Cosa Nova. We got La Cosa Nova, bro. DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson. Okay? So you want to talk about character guys that can, and DiVincenzo he gonna get buckets. Josh Hart less so. You see how Josh Hart's rebounding out of position?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. We got an hour in the Zoom here.
Yeah, keep going.
We live streaming an hour going strong. Talk about my New York Knicks. I'm so happy we got Bogdanovich. He's not Julius Randle, but he's going to give you serviceable minutes. OG is locking people down. He has injury issues, okay, but he's in the playoffs now. We got Precious behind him. We got Mitchell Robinson back. Hertzstein as well. We're going to the Eastern Conference Finals without Julius Randle. With Julius Randle, Boston, You better get ready for 7 games. With Julius Randle, Boston.
I mean, but we can sit here and talk about with, but he's not there. So
he's not there. So
in reality, I think the Knicks are going to have a tough time if they see the Heat.
It is going to be tough.
Okay. And Jimmy Butler loves putting on a show in the Garden.
Yes. That's the worst. We would much rather see Philly. We don't want. It's crazy because this is a team that made the finals last year and is better. So that's going to be an incredibly tough matchup for the Knicks. But we're not having it. We're not having it this year. We suffer. You did what you did last year, but we didn't have the last OG. We didn't have DiVincenzo. Okay, we didn't have Bogdanovich. You're not doing it to us again in Miami. You're not. But I'm willing to concede. I'm willing to say this is a 7-game series. I'd much rather see Indiana than I would Miami. I fear Miami the most of any other team. Miami. Hold on. We need respect because we're not Cleveland. We need some respect for Cleveland. Cleveland. They just have a tough draw. Having to face Orlando in the first round, and then they get Boston in the second round if they win that. So it's just that Cleveland has a tough draw. But I fear Miami more than Cleveland. I'm sorry, I just do. I fear Miami more than Cleveland because Cleveland let the Knicks smack them around last year in 5 games, 5 or 6 games when they had more talent. You're gonna tell me that Donovan Mitchell, Garland, Karis LeVert, Mobley, Jarrett Allen, that's not a stronger lineup than Brunson, RJ, Julius, Mitchell, okay? So Cleveland, bro, what's going on in this game since I mentioned the Pelicans? I said their name. They're going to lose this game. They're down double digits since I mentioned. They were up 9 points. They're down double digits since I mentioned this. I mentioned their name.
Hey, man.
This is crazy.
I told you.
I was feeling so good.
I told you.
Zion, do not shoot to the basket. Zion's to the.
I told you that was going to happen.
This is nuts. At least Zion went to the basket. He's going to the basket. Get to the free throw line, Zion. Now he's going out of the game. What's going on? Talking trash. Stop. Oh, no. Okay. No. He's staying in the game. Okay.
Zion's laughing. They're down 10. It's getting ugly. It's gonna get ugly quick.
No. To the basket. Zion to the basket.
Off.
Zion, why are you shooting? Why is Zion shooting floaters?
I told you.
Why is he shooting floaters? Why is LeBron? What?
Foul.
LeBron is going to the basket, and Zion is shooting floaters. LeBron is pushing 40 and attacking the basket. Zion Williamson is 23 and shooting floaters. This is ridiculous. This. Hold on. See, you know what I mean? I'm just so happy with what's going on, bro. That we got to get in the future. We're gonna get the chat going on as well. We're gonna get the chat cracking off as well in the future.
Okay.
But right now, chat is quiet. That's okay.
We're just taking advantage of this beautiful thing called Grubhub, Andre.
Yeah. No doubt. We don't have it. We're not. Well, actually, we might have.
No, you have Grubhub. You have Grubhub.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. We
shout out to Yelp for hooking me up on that plus.
On
Grubhub plus.
Grubhub plus. Shout out to Yelp. I'm doing. This is gonna be a salmon and tater tots night for me. Salmon and tater tots night for me.
Salmon and tater. How many nights of the week do you eat salmon?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Big salmon guy.
Okay.
I'm a little bit concerned about the tater tots, but it's not too bad. But I want to do more salad.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta put a green in there, maybe some rice.
Yeah. Gotta get some rice.
Starch. And some broccoli or some spinach.
Yeah.
Asparagus.
Not a huge asparagus guy. I like asparagus. Don't love asparagus, but I like asparagus.
You're gonna be an asparagus guy when I get to the Cape this summer.
Guy. I'm more of a
we're
broccoli
cooking
guy.
we're cooking on the grill, and
okay.
you're gonna enjoy some grilled asparagus.
Yeah. I'm more of a broccoli guy, and definitely gonna add the rice in there. Asparagus is good. Asparagus is tasty, especially on the grill. Especially on the grill when you do like the steaks or like the potatoes and all the rest of that stuff. Asparagus is tasty. So Knicks over Miami in 7. Knicks over Indiana in 6, and then Boston in 6 over the Knicks is what I have. It is what it is. I'm sorry that Miami, you're gonna have to get this L in the first round. You did it to yourself. Having to face off against Boston or my New York Knicks. You would have been better off Miami getting this. Miami, if you would have got that 6th seed, you could have knocked off Milwaukee, and we could have laid hands on you in the second round. But it is what it is. You ended up in the doggone play-in. So win that first game and lose to the Knicks, or win that second game, Miami, and lose to the Celtics. But either way, it's going to be revenge tour.
14 points. 13-0 run. Oh my goodness.
Either way, it's going to be a revenge tour for the Miami Heat. Okay, bro. Let's we got a couple things to talk about. We got to talk about the WNBA. We got to show our sisters some love. We stand on the NBA beat. We got to talk about the WNBA and showing our sisters some love. And we will we'll do a little bit of college before we switch over. WNBA draft was last night. I thought it was tremendous. Stars of Tomorrow today. A lot of great storylines. But the thing I think people are wondering is, will this momentum carry over into the next season? I'm saying yes, based off the fact that this is excuse me, people, but I don't know when people found this out, but hoopers have always loved the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
So if you support basketball, like you've all, you know what I mean? Like this whole thing that the WNBA like was not respected or appreciated or loved or followed by NBA guys. RIP to the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Okay? Who, when the Redeem team was doing what they were doing in those Olympic days, he was always at the women's games, showing them love. Okay, so this is not new with Caitlin Clark and the Dawn Staley dynasty and Angel Reese, Pride of Baltimore, shining bright. Okay, folks, let's just understand that now. Caitlin and Angel have taken it to another level. Women's national championship game did 18.7 million views. Highest all time.
Bro, what I think is we're seeing is like LeBron, Carmelo, and who else was in that class?
D-Wade, Chris Bosh.
D-Wade, Chris Bosh.
Yep.
I think that's what's, kind of moving into the WNBA, because somebody said like 85 or 90% of Caitlin Clark's game are going to be nationally televised, and that's just great for the league, because that's going to be a showcase every single time, kind of like how people are tuning in to watch the Spurs. Spurs were one of the worst teams in the league. But the Spurs were on national television. Spurs probably had more nationally televised games this year than the Magic.
They did, even though they were terrible record-wise. But people wanted to see Wemby.
People want to see Wemby. And it's the same thing when it comes to women's basketball. And they got some big names coming in, but now you got to think of WNBA was serious. Is serious, not was, is serious. And I'm glad that it's going to be elevated to the next level. I want to see WNBA go hand in hand with the NBA, to be honest.
Indeed, and more in terms of the stars and people connecting with these stars. And Caitlin Clark is a distinctive star. Let's get the grammar correct. Yes. Nonetheless, the WNBA is not devoid in any way, shape, or form. Shout out to Aja Wilson. Shout out to Kelsey Plum. Shout out to Brianna Stewart. Shout out to Sabrina Ionescu. WNBA game is strong. and the finals last year was out of this world. Game 5 in New York, Liberty and Aces, and Caitlin Clark's going to only come in and add to that. But they were shining bright, and I love how the players express their personality, the different outfits. That's something the NBA draft is known for. The WNBA draft was on that same level. They were styling and profiling and just a celebration of the game to bring that momentum, and it'll start right in unison as the WNBA kicks off in the spring. So I think it's going to carry over. I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan. I'm a huge Paige Buchers fan. I'm a huge just the other great players, Azzy Fudd from UConn, Carolyn Ducharme from UConn, a lot of players that were injured but are going to be back next year to keep this thing going on, and it's going to be a wonderful thing. It was great. Cameron Brink is close with the Curry family, so seeing that connection and her reach this lifetime dream was awesome, and it's going to be more and more. Bro, will UConn three-peat next year? UConn Huskies.
Yes.
Anybody?
Yes.
Three-peat?
Yes.
Even though they got 2 of their players going in the top 10?
Yes. You know why? Because I'm named by that big man from Arizona. Watch him end up on UConn.
Big man from Zona said he's had enough and he's out.
Ballo
could be headed to Storrs, Connecticut.
Ballo could be heading to Storrs, Connecticut.
That's big. That's big. And they did lose. So I'm gonna say more of a heart pick than a head pick. I'm gonna say heart-wise because I support the Hurleys, pride of St. Anthony's, New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey City. Shout out to the Miracle of St. Anthony's. Read it, get it on Audible, whatever you need to do. It's awesome. And not just because of the heritage, being born in New Jersey and we're from the tri-state area. So we grew up with St. Anthony's, but just how they're built, how he's able to get through the tough love, when there is love. Also, by the way, shout out to Nyack College. Shout out to Coach Dan Bailey in the great years that we had at Nyack. Kind of a similar tradition and feel and approach of tough love, but really true love type of an experience. So yes, heart-wise, I'm saying the UConn, but it hasn't been done since John Wooden. So I don't know if it's going to happen. I hope it happens because my favorite teams are UConn and ASU with the Hurley brothers. But interesting to see if they can keep it going. And I just think, it's a brave new world with NIL, and we keep saying that, but it's just you have brand new teams every year. It's basically like the Kentucky model has been universalized, and every team is just brand new every single year, and you just need that strong culture to be able to facilitate these changes. Nate Oates, who was a former Hurley assistant years ago, he's been able to do it at Bama. And it's different than it was. It hurts my heart that people like Jay Wright got out of coaching because of the changes. I wish they would have stayed, frankly, and the Nick Sabans. I wish they would have stayed. But yes, UConn is my pick to conclude. Let's see. Let's make sure I don't want to leave anything out. Make sure we got everything. I think we have. Bro. And so we're gonna keep on the playoff train. In terms of our next episodes, we're gonna shoot for a Thursday Zoom. We're gonna shoot for Thursday or Friday to just be, we're gonna start getting after this. And today, bro,
okay.
we didn't really touch too much on the culture topics, but we obviously a lot of things going on in society that we're gonna touch on. We're gonna start building up the channel in terms of communicating with us and jumping in the chat and people letting us know what you want to talk about. You're more than welcome to come on the show. Whoever our friends, commentators, have respect the process, respect the game, and you can jump on SandCity Sports and get down with us. And we're just gonna go. We're gonna go from there. So bro, another great episode in the books. You're contributing mightily. Do you have anything final to say?
I appreciate you for having me, man. I always enjoy coming on SandCity and having a great time with my bro.
Likewise, homie. And so that's all. And as we say, we'll see you next time, folks. Peace.
See you next time, bro.